EA Sports and the web. This could be a good one. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Fourteenth hole, 481-yard par 4, ranking second in difficulty, Frank.
Yeah, this one always gets overlooked, Rich. You've only got to flick the drive a little left, and all of a sudden your round just gets completely wrecked. Ask Vijay Singh. It cost him a Players' Championship. Many a player there has dealt with that left side. You will pay the price.
Frank, there's a lot to factor in on this approach at the 14th.
You can favor right side of this green and sort of allow the contours of the green just to move that ball to the left.
Should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. That one was running so hot. Now on the green, has about 10 feet left there to save par. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
Just a little tap in here. Back to the TPC Sawgrass, the 15th hole. It's a par 4 as we make our way to this finishing stretch. And Frank, what's in store for the players here?
Another one of those par 4s around 450 yards. Ideally hit it tee shot down the right side, keeping it away from that bunker. But that's a flat bunker down the right with no lip, so it's still not too bad. Biggest problem here is that green. So many undulations on this green.
Frank, what's the key on this approach here at the 15th?
Well, knowing exactly where that pin placement is, Rich. There's mounding. There's that little gut out of the right side of this green. If you miss your mark here, that ball can easily finish 30 or 40 feet away.
That will be a great look at birdie. "11 feet away." Frank, tie atop the leaderboard now.
I think it's certainly starting to get everybody captivated.
That was a nice birdie. And if you're a couple of shots behind on Sunday, that final round, you're thinking about 3, and that's possible, isn't it?
Well, history's shown it has, Rich.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Frank, the players out here today really have the opportunity of a lifetime chance to earn a PGA Tour card at the end of this tournament.
And that life-changing opportunity is certainly going to be on the line. All of these great golfers have put in the time to get where they are right now, and they're just one step away. That's right, one step away, maybe this week, of earning a tour card.
Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap.
And an awkward little bunker shot. Just splash it out, let the ball run towards the flag.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie.
Chance for back-to-back.
She's starting to play well. That's a birdie. And now it may well be the most famous single hole in the entire sport of golf. The 17th, the Island Green at the TPC Sawgrass. Everyone wants to play it at least once before their days are done. And if you do play it, you know you're going to go home, and your buddies are going to ask you, what'd you make at 17? You better have a good answer. Well, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading to...
That ball is lost in the water. So this will be the third shot after taking the drop with the ball going in the water. Frank, this is one you don't practice, but sometimes you have to do it. Time for the drop.
Yeah, it should be the easiest shot in golf. You've just paid for it.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. How'd you like that strike?
That was top of the tree.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Suddenly, we have a tie for the lead.
Yeah, bogey there. It's not the worst you could make on a hole like that.
Now to the 18th hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4, Frank, and another example of visual intimidation from the designer, Pete Dye.
Those wooden bulkheads that go all the way down the left side of 18 give you like an optical illusion, Rich. And there's not a single fairway bunker on the right to give you something specifically to aim at. So you've got to fixate on one of those trees. This is not a hole where you want to be looking at anything other than a specific target.
Now the approach shot here to 18, just one last good swing, Frank.
There's a little false front here that you have to avoid, so something that pitches over that right bunker that lands a good 10 or so yards on this green is certainly the desired goal.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Shouldn't be a problem here. Has it now sitting at 2 under par for the tournament. So through one round, Frank, our leader really put on a good show today.
They certainly did, Rich. It was truly a great performance, especially from tee to green. It's not easy to come out of the gates like that.
EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present second round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. Moving into the second round of the Web.com Tour Championship, the fourth and final stop of the Web.com Tour Finals, and Frank, you can feel the pressure building.
You certainly can, Rich, and I expect that we're going to see more of what we saw yesterday, which is some fearless golf. And these guys are playing for a PGA Tour card, and they're not backing down.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Second shot now at the 10th, and again, Frank, accuracy is at a premium.
Yeah, gone are the days to sort of thrash it out of the trees like Phil Mickelson. Ideally, coming out of that fairway, you're hitting to a green that moves to the right, so that makes it a little bit more difficult than what the mind's eye first sees.
Well, this one is offline just a bit. Look out. That one is going to end up in the rough. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
18-footer. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. That is another bogey. It's getting messy, Frank.
Ouch.
Now to the 11th, par 5.
Good tee shot, and then you certainly think about hitting a hybrid or a lofted fairway wood into this green that's really narrow, one of the narrowest on the golf course. There's a little pot bunker left of this green when you go for two that often swallows up that second shot if it's a little bit too conservative. But
hold on here a second. She is winding up for a big one. She wants to smash this as far as she can hit it.
huge with a capital H.
Moved it a long ways. 315.
Second shot.
Headed for the bunker, I think.
Lucky devil. That was going in the bunker all the way.
Frank, the scoring club is in hand now. Chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, coming from that left side, you've got a full view of this green. And you can see the mounds, too. Use the mounds to your advantage.
Frank, as we watch the Web.com Tour finals, anyone in particular you think could be a breakout star? Someone like a Keegan Bradley who jumped right out onto the PGA Tour and won the PGA Championship in his first ever start in a major.
Well, this player that I'm looking at right now, yes, and I mean you out there. Look at that. A prodigy since the age of 2. A lot of people in the golf world have just been waiting for you to finally get to this point. And, well, time for me to watch, time for you to play.
Can't make it, Frank, if you don't hit it.
Hubert Green once said, 99% of putts left short don't go in. I don't know what happened to the other 1%, but...
Beautiful stroke right there. Finds the bottom of the cup with ease. Now to the par 4 12th, and it's a pretty short hole, Frank.
Yeah, Pete Dye often doesn't get enough credit for his short par 4s. This is a great example where one of the features of it is the blind second shot, just to give you a little bit of doubt on judging the distance. I'm loving that balance.
Good contact, good result. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Now the approach to the 12th, Frank. What's the player looking at?
Well, it's a fun shot here for the second shot, especially if you've driven it down the right side, because then you can see the flag no matter where it is on the green.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Early part of this back 9 and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Well, once you're on the green, I think you know this. The idea is to keep it on the green. This one's on the fringe. Oh, dude, that in the hole. Tremendous shot. Frank, 17 gets so much attention here at the TPC Sawgrass, but 13, par 3, is exciting in its own right.
It is, and it's actually more difficult than 17. One of the reasons it's longer, and also the green here. 17 obviously has two sections in it, front and top. This has, I don't think there's a flat piece on it. And every now and again we watch a ball roll all over this green and actually find the cup for the odd ace.
too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Rich, too often we're seeing like the rich kid turn pro or want to turn pro. This player has a totally different background, a little more blue collar. This is more the way I grew up playing golf. I think just trying to do anything you can to get on the golf course and compete. And I always think, come Sunday when the pressure on, these are the players you look at. These are the dangerous players, the one that can go the whole mile.
Frank, this is a player who's done it his own way. He's not off the superstar assembly line with a cookie-cutter golf swing. I remember what former PGA champion Hal Sutton once said to me, you show me a guy with a homemade swing, that's a guy who believes in himself. And you think about the long list of great players who had homemade swings.
Yeah, I think deep down, you're right. All those great players that you're referring to, they had the belief that their way was the best way. That's why their swings always stood out. Jim Furyk comes to mind.
Lee Trevino, Raymond Floyd. I mean, it's a pretty long list.
Oh, beautiful swing. And the result is every bit as good.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Frank challenging approach shot here at the 14th.
Yeah, there's some subtle mounds in this green. One that comes in on the right, and then another one that starts to come in about 2/3 of the way down on that left side.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. Great professionals, Frank, they don't fear the greenside bunker shot, do they?
No, because you can be as aggressive or as conservative as you want. You actually have far more options. And you don't have to hit the ball first.
Frank, the beauty of the game, the changing conditions. You've played it all over the world, and you don't play it inside a dome, do you?
Yeah, anybody can play on a fine, still day, but what separates the good from the great is actually days like today. That's when that little extra attention to detail, the better strike, the better swing, is certainly going to pay dividends.
Well, you just can't make up ground if you don't make putts. Drop shot here at the 14th hole. These putts keep the round together. Opportunity missed right there. Settles in over the putt. So close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
Just a couple of feet. Beautiful touch. Nice putt. If you're just joining us, we're at the 15th hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 449-yard par 4. Frank, what's in store here?
One of the prettiest tee shots on the golf course, Rich. Once again, you're coming out of a chute of trees, big bunker down the right side. Really, you want to hug that right side, though. It gives you a better entry into this green. Rich, there's nothing worse than this. This might look all right, but in the mulch, this is a disastrous situation.
So this is not mulch ado about nothing?
Ah, I get it.
The second shot now to the par 4. Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed.
Not missing by much today, but enough to again be in the bunker. Third shot now from the bunker. Not an especially great round heading to the finishing stretch here, Frank.
Well, that's sometimes where you do have a cursory look at the scorecard, Rich. If there's a couple of par fives ahead, knuckle down. You really got to play the easier holes well, especially in these conditions.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. Tomorrow on EA Sports. For Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, saying so long for now. EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present third round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. Seventh hole here at Sawgrass. Frank, a bit uncomfortable off the tee.
It is. It reminds me a little bit of the opening hole, much longer version, where when you stand on the tee and look at the green, it's a straightaway hole. But that fairway goes to the left, then it comes back to the right. But they're all optical illusions.
Strategically, Frank, how do you like to play this hole?
You've got to be aware of where you don't want to go. That front right bunker is probably the easiest bunker shot on this hole, but there's a little pop bunker on the left. That one there, always difficult to get it up and down.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. And to generate some momentum here at the seventh hole. This for birdie. This would be a bonus from 25 feet away. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
Trying to get out of here with just one dropped shot. This is for bogey. Frank, nothing really went the player's way this week.
Yeah, if this was motor racing, you'd say it's a case of having 4 flat tires.
Here we are at the 8th at Pete Dye's famed stadium course at the TPC Sawgrass. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Frank, this is a hole that I really like.
And players do too, Rich, especially off that back tee where it must be about 80 yards of chute that you go through before the hole actually starts to open up. And this green, 11 bunkers in total around the whole putting surface.
Well, that one didn't work out. Didn't look bad in the air. It hit the green, but didn't sit.
Yeah, it was never going to stop.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Been this way all day. Airtight, no mistakes, solid shot.
And yet another green in regulation.
And the computer dials this one up at 26 feet. on the top 25 after the par. Frank, the ninth is really a good par 5, isn't it?
There's so many options here. Just play it away, sort of 3-wood it down there, then go to the right and sort of wedge it on the green. But it's very tempting, especially in the right wind conditions. And that's if they're coming over your shoulder for a right-hander from right to left. Then this par 5 is very reachable.
And now the second shot here at this par 5. And she's in the first cut. Not terrible, but may take a little work to recover. 100 yards left for the third shot here. Frank, there's a real art to putting a good 72-hole score in the book, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. You know, you can have a flash of brilliance, make 5 or 6 birdies. It can be offset by doubles and quadruple bogeys. And in the end, it's the end. What did you do? The plus and the minuses. And that's why all our biggest championships have, and of recent, been stroke play.
Miss hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
Or the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot. Rich, these winds haven't subsided at all today. It's certainly a tough test out there right now for these players.
They get your attention, don't they, as a player?
They have club selection right now, vital.
You put the ball back in your stance just a little bit?
If you're going to hit it down.
Getting set now over the putt. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Now on to one of the most exciting back nines in golf here at the TPC Sawgrass and the Stadium course. Let's begin at number 10. Frank, and what do you make of this hole?
It's another one where you're just trying to fit the tee shot in the fairway there. It's not a driver, just something that stays right. And, of course, we've seen a lot of people stray here down the left side. Who can forget Mickelson when he won his Players' Championship, hitting that phenomenal 7-iron out of the fairway bunker, through the trees, and still finding the putting surface. Speaking of the putting surface, this green has more undulations than just about any green on the golf course.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Second shot now at the 10th, and again, Frank, accuracy is at a premium.
Yeah, gone are the days to sort of thrash it out of the trees like Phil Mickelson. Ideally, coming out of that fairway, you're hitting to a green that moves to the right, so that makes it a little bit more difficult than what the mind's eye first sees.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie.
It's no snack, though.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Good putt. Now to the 11th, par 5.
Good tee shot, and then you certainly think about hitting a hybrid or a lofted fairway wood into this green that's really narrow, one of the narrowest on the golf course. There's a little pot bunker left of this green when you go for two that often swallows up that second shot if it's a little bit too conservative. But there's a lake there. Seen more than one ball splash in the pond over the years. Ah, nice.
Looks good. That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. One player told me, Frank, that it's like a root canal appointment. You're thinking about 17 all day long.
I think a root canal at times would be more enjoyable than playing 17 on a windy day.
Frank, for players looking to improve their putting, what are some of the training methods they can use?
I think speed is always a good one when you get on the putting green and you just practice trying to putt inside that 3-foot circle, because in the end all sports are the same. You're trying to focus in on the destination where that ball has to be delivered, whether it's tennis inside the court or basketball inside the rim. Putting's no different. As you get further and further away from the hole, then you just make an acceptable size circle that you're trying to putt within. So pace, very important.
Well, Frank, you hate to miss the green on a par 5 with your third shot.
Well, they say par 5s are the easiest holes to birdie, but the hardest holes to make 4. Making a 6, though, well, that certainly sets yourself backwards. So tough up and down.
How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Frank, what's a player feeling knowing they have one more round to go and they could have a chance at making a run and maybe win this thing?
No, it's a great feeling, Rich. At this point, really, it's just about whether you can handle the nerves. You know everybody up there is going to be feeling them.
EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present final round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. 14th hole, 481-yard par 4, ranking second in difficulty, Frank.
Yeah, this one always gets overlooked, Rich. You've only got to flick the drive a little left, and all of a sudden your round just gets completely wrecked. Ask Vijay Singh. It cost him a Players' Championship. Many a player there has dealt with that left side. You will pay the price.
Frank, there's a lot to factor in on this approach at the 14th.
You can favor right side of this green and sort of allow the contours of the green just to move that ball to the left.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Frank, not just a player, but an artist. Just beautiful work right there.
The only thing I can say, Rich, is that was Seve-esque.
And getting ready for the putt.
Oh, painful lip out. This is a good putt.
Absolutely can't believe it. I thought that thing was stone dead in the center. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Those keep the round going, those par putts. Just before we get to what they call the gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18, 15 requires all of your attention, doesn't it, Frank?
Personally, I think this is the prettiest hole on the golf course, Rich. I've actually often gone back there and taken pictures. Just a gentle dogleg to the right. You come out of the chute. Seems to be a generous fairway. You just get a little view of the bunker down the right side, but virtually there's no lip there, so that's not a concern. The green, all sorts of weird and wonderful waves on it, well protected by a big bunker on the left, and there's two little pop bunkers out on the right that, if your first time around, you might notice.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, what's the key on this approach here at the 15th?
Well, knowing exactly where that pin placement is, Rich, there's mounding, there's that little gut out of the right side of this green. If you miss your mark here, that ball can easily finish 30 or 40 feet away.
That looked like a miss hit. Frank?
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club?
Third shot, looking for a good one. And Frank, that steady play continues.
Rock solid. Excellent approach shot.
These putts keep the round together. Struggling a bit with the flat stick, and a drop shot here at the 15th hole. So close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
Just a little tap in here. Frank, you know full well, this can be a humbling game.
And an embarrassing game.
Frank, I think one of the things that fans love about this gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18, each hole has that sort of hold your breath moment. Certainly 17, we know when that ball's in the air, you're holding your breath. Is it wet or dry? 16, same on that second shot. You're holding your breath wondering, where is it? Right in the water or left with a chance for 3?
That's why you don't want to get too sloppy on that tee shot. A lot of people look at 16 because there's a wide fairway and they think just get it down there. The extra 10 or 15 yards, there's a little ridge down that left side. If you catch that, the ball will kick good 20 yards further forward. 20 yards is 2 clubs. I'd much rather go into 17 with a 4-iron than a 2-iron.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Long putt here. This will require a good touch. That is an excellent lag putt right there. Had the speed perfectly. Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. Frank, we haven't seen a whole lot of that, but no doubt it feels good. Frank, how early in the round are you thinking about the shot at 17?
Well, when you're playing well, you're pushing it ahead. Maybe you don't think about it till 14 or 15. If you're struggling, you might be thinking it early as the 5th or the 6th hole. But put it this way, when you make the walk from 16 to 17, you are thinking of it every inch of the way.
Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
Frank, I hate to go negative, but let's clear a few things up. The penalties when you hit it in the water versus hitting it out of bounds.
Yeah, some people, that's a good question, Rich, because some people think they're almost the same, but when you hit it out of bounds, you're actually losing a stroke and a distance. For example, if I'm teeing off on a par 4 and I hit it out of bounds, I'm I'm penalised a stroke for hitting out of bounds, and I'm hitting my third shot off the tee. When I hit it into a water hazard, I don't have to lose all as if it was out of bounds.
So this will be the third shot after taking the drop with the ball going in the water. Hit it. Locked in on the read and the speed. Finally in for a double bogey. Now to the 18th hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4, Frank, and another example of visual intimidation from the designer, Pete Dye.
Those wooden bulkheads that go all the way down the left side of 18 give you like an optical illusion, Rich. And there's not a single fairway bunker on the right to give you something specifically to aim at. So you've got to fixate on one of those trees. This is not a hole where you want to be looking at anything other than a specific target.
Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Frank, you found dry land, that's the good news, but now you have this second shot, which is very daunting.
Yeah, once again, you're looking at water on the left side, so the tendency is to miss it on the right. But that's a very, very difficult up and down. This is another second shot, you've just got to brave it.
Miss hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
Or the above, maybe. That's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
Chance to get it close here. Okay, good shot on the dance floor.
It's at sneaky distance.
He'll be a bit disappointed he didn't make that. Just a couple of feet. Frank, nothing really went the player's way this week.
Yeah, if this was motor racing, you'd say it's a case of having 4 flat tires.
So that concludes the final round here at this spectacular setting. Frank, final thoughts on the tournament?
Rich, I thought this was really a fantastic venue that challenged the players, and we saw some exciting golf out there all across the board.
EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Today it's live opening round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. Back down now to hole number 6. Early in the round, still holding steady, even par on the day.
Yeah, it's got that feel it could go either way here. Next few holes will probably tell us which way.
Birdie try up next. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Kind of a tricky read. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. 8-foot putt here. Almost. Wow. Well, that's just a case of not focusing right there. What a lapse in concentration. Now she has this for double bogey. So, 2 over par for the round. Frank, if you want to play this game at the highest level, and no doubt our players do, you have to sort of be tactical. When you break down shots or break down a hole, how would you break down this hole in a very smart way?
Yeah, I know what you're getting at there. A lot of people would think 350 yards, you could bash a driver down there, you'd finish up in trouble. Well, the way to be aggressive on a strategic hole is to just put the first one in play in a position where you can attack with the second. And there's no shame in that. You can still walk off here more days than often than not with a 3. A good distance in here, and you can just simply look at the flag. This is a hole that should be taken advantage of.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. How about that? Every green in regulation. Excellent ball striking today. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Makes it and moves to 1 over. Now we're at the 8th hole here at PGA West in La Quinta, California. 559-yard par 5. Frank, what are the options here?
A good tee shot, you can certainly reach this par 5 and 2. There's a crosswalk that comes across in that vicinity of 330 yards. That's sort of the green light area if you can get it down there. Anything short of that, it becomes very much a 3-shotter. But if you can get it close to that crosswalk...
Hold on here a second. She is winding up for a big one. She wants to smash this as far as she can hit it.
Ooh, that is long.
Now the second shot to the par 5. Frank, the skins game was played at PGA West, the stadium course, many years ago. 1987, Lee Trevino did something that really stood out. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, to make a hole-in-one anywhere is obviously something to be remembered. But when you do it on TV, national TV, and on a hole like 17, Alcatraz, all the way across the water, everybody complained about how hard the golf course was, and Trevino gives it that little bang, little cut, bang, in it goes, 1. Trevino could play any golf course, no matter how hard it was.
It was a 1 that was worth 175,000, $175,000. That won him the carryover skin in the skins game. Will be a great look at birdie.
Oh, chance for birdie.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 ninth, 452 yards, I hear players like you often say, I'm going to take it on. What do you mean by that, and how does it apply to this particular tee shot?
Well, you have options, obviously. One is to hit it down that right side, which is your best shot. The easy way is obviously to bail it out down the left side, but then you're almost giving into the hole, like you're accepting you're going to make bogey if you're lucky. So in the end, you're forced to go back to option A, which is actually to challenge the best shot you have, which is down the right side.
Player really needs to be dialed in here. This approach shot is not easy by any stretch here at the ninth. Oh, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards...
Frank, we've all been there. You hit one in the water, you're down. How do you regroup?
You've got to start from scratch again. Everybody's going to hit bad shots. That's just the nature of the game. But compounding mistakes, that's the problem that you want to avoid.
This now the fourth shot after the last one was in the water.
Yeah, just somehow just get it on the green.
Fourth shot wants to get this close. That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club.
And setting up here in the rough. Solid play, heart of the green. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. So, with that, 3 over par now for the round. Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports for our entire crew. I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. Today's coverage brought to you by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today it's live second round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. 200 yards to the flagstick. Right about 200 yards to the flagstick from the tee here. Strong wind here early in the round. How do you think this is going to affect the players, Frank?
Well, they've got to be clever on club selection and the type of shot they want to hit now. Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. Strong winds have been a factor all day here, Frank. What's the key to scoring low in conditions like this?
Well, sometimes you've almost got to make the ball go to ground. You've just got to keep it out of those high breezes, play away from the trouble.
Settles in over the putt. That is a painful miss right there. And a bogey. Drop shot here at the 13th. Frank, this has been an absolute mess today and all week long.
You said it best.
Well, Frank, kind of a make-or-break hole here at the 14th, par 4, 389 yards.
Yeah, for the Cavalier player, you can sort of go at this green in a more direct line. 290 yards will take all this bunker down the right out of play. Just leave you a flick in here. I'm going to say that's not a bad play, really. If you don't do that, then you just got to thread it down the left.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Nothing wrong with that one. How about 300 yards and in the fairway? Moving into this second shot here at hole number 14.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Well played here. Went straight for the flagstick, and she will have a nice putt coming up. Shouldn't be a problem here. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for Pop.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Now to the par 4 15th hole, 468 yards. Frank, what do you like about number 15?
The variation of the bunkering here, Rich, I think is excellent. The bunker that meanders its way down the right side tends to go to the right, and then you start to see those two bunkers down the left side. You've really got to try and take that second one on the left out of play. That requires something in excess of 280 yards. From there on in, you've got a chance.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Frank, what are you thinking on this second shot here at 15?
Well, if mentally you could take out all that bunker complex on the left, this second shot would look extremely straightforward. And that's really the way you've got to play it. You've got to act like those bunkers aren't there on that left side. And therefore you can go straight at this flag.
Up to the 15th green, but looking at a tough putt, considerably long, over 25 feet away. A good 29-foot putt here. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Good effort and good par putt. This is the second par 5 at PGA West of 600 or more yards. The 16th is a pretty good test. And now the second shot here at this par 5. Third shot, looking for a good one. Good looking shot right here. Good clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. This will be a 14-foot putt here.
Well, we'll never know if that had gone in, because it never made it.
So just a formality here. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Well, let's see, Frank. The par 3 17th, just 168 yards. You can't miss it right. Can't miss it left. Can't miss it short. You can't miss it long. Good luck.
Oh, that's off the beaten track. You've got 5 minutes to find it.
Frank, anything you do differently from the rough in terms of your swing? Do you hinge the club a little bit more quickly?
No, normally put the ball just a little bit further back in your stance because you want the club to be going down. Down, it's got to go down through the grass, through the ball. Safely on the dance floor.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Well, here we are at 18. It's a par 4, only 439 yards, but again, we've said it all day long, water to deal with.
It's a great driving hole here, Rich. You don't necessarily have to hit driver. There's three groups of bunkers that are really in play off the tee shot. It's the one in the middle. That's around 290 yards. That's the one.
Yeah, let's see what she's got here. She is loading up for the big one. Well, this one's sweet, Frank. Super.
Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Frank, this approach shot seems pretty straightforward. Just don't hit it left.
Yeah, it's a tough second shot. It's that visual. Once again, you've got that green that's angled to the left. But once again, like a few holes out here, you do not have to hit directly at this flag. You are allowed to move that flag mentally 15, even 20 feet to the right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. This would be a bonus from 25 feet away. How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
Getting set now over the putt. Bit unfortunate, loses a shot here with that bogey. So that is the end of the second round, and unfortunately, the end of the tournament for our featured player, missing the cut.
Well, they certainly didn't hit the magic number here for the tournament. Fell below the cut line, and they just couldn't make it back. There's always next week.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the BioWare Classic. Well, here we are at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. We're located along the St. Johns River in the Sunshine State, Florida. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Frank, what stands out when you look at the wetlands?
Swampland, the Gators, really it's a good driving golf course, Rich. Not a lot of fairway bunkers in play here at Wetlands, but you drive the ball well here. You really can get a good score out here at Wetlands. They play the web.com here every now and again, so we've seen some good scores over the years, but always fun to be playing in Florida. Sun on your back, warm golf conditions. Second shot.
Frank, at this, the highest level, stroke play, really it seems to me to be all about not wasting shots because the margin for error is so razor thin. Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Steady as she goes, another par, and still even for the round. Fifth hole, and we pick up the action. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, Frank, what's the key to generating some momentum?
Just hitting good shots. I know it sort of sounds like the old cliche, but plenty of opportunities. A few 10, 15-foot putts start going down. This round will change dramatically.
That was just a beautiful drive and hit it solid and right in the middle. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Setting up for an approach shot here. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. On to the par 4 sixth here at the wetlands. And Frank, how does that water factor into the way you play this hole?
It bisects this fairway beautifully, Rich. 233 yards to the run out on the first section of fairway. And that might be worth considering for the short hitters. To try and flash it across the narrowest part of those wetlands, 276 yards. And of course, the more horsepower you got, actually the easier this tee shot becomes. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Second from an excellent lie. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
Solid par to remain 1 under. Here's another scoring opportunity, Frank. A par 5. The 7th is just a shade under 600 yards.
And it bends gently to the left, Rich. Longer hitters can obviously get home, and nothing really to be worrying about with that second shot if you can reach. The wetlands are well to the right of this hole for the second shot. But if you want to play to the 3-shotter, then that's a very safe, conservative way and really shouldn't cause you any problems whatsoever.
Good contact, good result.
Oh, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
She is really dialed in. All facets of her game are clicking. Okay, the second shot now at this par 5.
That's an absolute beauty.
Chance to get it close here. Superb shot.
That's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Settles in over the putt. Player knows they're on the move with that birdie. Quick glance at the leaderboard. They can see, Frank, they're not out of it.
Things are very volatile right now.
Second round coverage coming your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Navalo. So long for now. EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the BioWare Classic. Getting set for all the action on what my idol Vin Scully would have said was a beautiful afternoon here in the Sunshine State. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Getting ready at Wetlands Golf and Country Club. An interesting layout, Frank. The players are ready to go, and what are you thinking about as you get set to tee off?
Well, you're thinking about you're going to play a long golf course, sort of mid-7,000 yard range, but this is a golf course that you actually do get to hit your driver more often than not. So it's a good driving golf course. Green's relatively flat as well, but be careful if you're a little weak of heart. Look left or right, you might see the odd gator or two.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Going with a lob wedge here. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Third shot. Looking for a good one. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Straight birdies. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Good par. Here we go at the par 4 13th, 452 yards. What's the best angle of attack?
The straight line really is the best way here, like a lot of holes on the golf course. But straight, as we know, is not often easy. Fairway does start to widen up the further out there you get it. So for the longer hitters, this hole actually plays relatively easy. For the shorter hitters in that narrow area, that'll leave you a lengthy second shot where you just might have to bisect the two front greenside bunkers. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my eye.
And it looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, what's so compelling about rivalries in sports is that athletes need each other if they're going to go to great heights. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to solidify his legend. Jack Nicklaus probably needed Arnold Palmer to go to a place that he had not been. And I think that's true across the board as we look at rivalries in sports.
I think it defines careers, Rich. It's not until those players retire that they realised how important it was to have that foe. You know, so often we're living in the present like we are now with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. And it's not for years to come that we'll realise the sport wouldn't have been the same with one without the other. A little bit more hope than determination in that putt.
Just a couple of feet. Stroke that with authority. Good par 3 here at the 14th. It's a little bit more than 200 yards, Frank.
And there's a bunker short, so you've got to fly that coming in there. And if you do miss time one, that's when that body of water to the right really comes into play. Typical Floridian golf, but high-flying, soft-landing tee shot, once again, is the goal.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
On the green, sure, but plenty of real estate between the ball and the hole. Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. And getting ready for the putt. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one. Even par currently.
So another bogey on the scorecard. And Frank, what happened this week?
I think it's a week to forget, Rich.
Stepping up here on the 15th tee at the Wetlands, this is a 590-yard par 5. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. This is all field with a lob wedge. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
A lip out's fine, as long as it doesn't happen to you.
So just a formality here. Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Third round coverage comes your way tomorrow on EA Sports. For Frank Nobilo and our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the BioWare Classic. I love this. She is winding up, just wants to tear the cover off this golf ball. Just pulverize that golf ball.
Huge with a capital H.
Moved it a long ways. Second shot. Good look at the green. This has really been a challenge all day long with these winds coming from different directions, changing speeds. It's gone from 15 upwards to 25 miles per hour. Really a test for the players. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Setting up for an approach shot here. Frank, over the course of the last 15 years or so, there have been a number of initiatives within the game of golf just to try to grow the sport.
Yeah, we've seen the PGA Junior League, which is a series of competitions, obviously for juniors to play. But the first tee really is worldwide now, just to try and introduce players from all over the world into the game of golf. They're introduced with club professionals. They learn skills that are essential really to play the game of golf. But in 2014 was a real step, what I think, in the right direction to showcase the junior talent around the world with the drive, chip and putt, where you actually get a chance to play the drive, chip and putt final at Augusta National, the home of the Masters.
Imagine young kids, boys and girls, 8 years old, 11 years old, being able to go home and tell their friends, tell their families, hey, I have something in common with Jack Nicklaus, with Arnold Palmer, with Phil Mickelson, with Tiger Woods. I won at Augusta National Golf Club. That's costly right there.
Painful.
Getting set now over the putt. Not her best effort, walks away with a bogey. Frank, now we get a crack at another par 5. The seventh is 592 yards.
And certainly reachable, especially with a tee shot that follows the shape of this fairway, which is slightly to the left. Good tee shot, you can get home. And those bunkers, if anything, are nicely placed on that left side of the green, actually to protect a shot that goes too far or too left.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut. Second shot.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Chance to get it close here.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
And to generate some momentum here at the seventh hole, this for birdie. 21-foot putt, set to go.
When you consider the length of that putt, that's a good putt.
To save par. that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Over par for the tournament. On to the 8th. It's a par 3, 203 yards. What's going on here, Frank?
Interesting par 3, really. It looks anything other than a straightaway hole. That bunker short of this green gives you like an optical illusion. You think it's lapping up with the front of this green, but there's actually sort of 3 or 4 yards before you get to the putting surface. A little bit of a drop-off behind this green, and it narrows out the deeper the green gets. So, tricky little par 3.
That will be a great look at birdie. These putts keep the round together. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the cause.
And that's in for a par. The 9th hole, Frank, is a muscular par 5, 621 yards.
You see why length is a huge advantage of this golf course, just under 7,700 yards. This hole here, another example, good tee shot. Perhaps think of going for the par 5 and 2, but a great collection of 3 bunkers that sort of annoy you with your layup there. Got to make sure you avoid all of those to leave yourself a nice little wedge shot in here if you can't reach it in 2.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Try to loft this one in the air with the lob wedge. Third shot, looking for a good one.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Locked in on the read and the speed. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
So a tester from 4 feet. That's good work. That's good par right there. Final round coverage comes your way tomorrow for our entire crew. I'm Rich Lerner saying thanks for being with us on EA Sports, and so long for now. EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the BioWare Classic. This is a humbling game, isn't it, Frank?
Well, shots like that, not to be proud of.
Not too unhappy with that, Frank, at 17 feet.
No, from that distance, it's more than good.
17-foot putt here. Get in. Yes, good putt. Stepping up here on the 15th tee at the Wetlands, this is a 590-yard par 5. They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee. Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, can one small tweak from an instructor lead to a big turnaround?
With the right player, yeah. You just want to hear the right message. It's like anyone in life. You just want to be pointed in the right direction.
Well played here, went straight for the flagstick, and she will have a nice putt coming up. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Frank, we haven't seen a whole lot of that, but no doubt it feels good. 55-yard par 4, and you can see, Frank, that green is heavily guarded.
And consequently, you're really going to have to judge that second shot. Know your yardage, and also a good strike's required to safely keep the ball on the putting surface.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. Looking at 125 yards. It is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
Pretty good shot right there.
Really. This is an awkward length.
Don't leave it short. Wow. So another bogey on the scorecard. And Frank, what happened this week?
I think it's a week to forget, Rich.
Par 3 17th. Frank, it's 238 yards.
There's still a chance for birdie here, though. Green shape's a little bit to the player's right, so a nice high draw coming in here. Even finding the middle of the putting surface will give you a chance to putt to really any position on this green.
And it is not looking like a good lie. "90 yards. Well, that's a little absurd, that, Rich. That shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short. Didn't appear committed through impact.
And an awkward little bunker shot. Just splash it out, let the ball run towards the flag.
Great shot coming out of that bunker right there.
Showing some skills today.
Getting set now over the putt. Blemish on the scorecard. A bogey. Final hole here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. It's par 4. It's not a long one, 377 yards. There must be some trouble out there somewhere.
Well, not really if you keep your wits about you. Just position the tee shot. You don't have to hit driver down here. Even a 3-wood's only going to leave a short iron. If you hit your 3-wood 250, 260 yards, do the maths, it's only 120 yards left. With that, with a scoring club, try and get that inside 10, 15 feet. Finish with a birdie.
But if you stray, then what?
Oh, no, we don't think of straying on this hole. This is the last hole. Got to finish well.
But I'm thinking about gators. Are there gators out there?
Well, there's gator on the menu.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus. It's no snack, though.
You can't leave it short, Frank.
Oh, and especially right in the middle.
Clean this up with a tap.
Really solid stroke.
That'll put a wrap on our final round coverage for all of us at EA Sports. I'm Rich Lerner. We'll see you next time. Presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. Here at the TPC Scottsdale in Arizona, and Frank, when so many people tune in to watch this great event, they think immediately of the 16th hole with all of those fans jammed in. It's like Fenway Park inside the desert there, but it's much more than that little par 3, isn't it?
It certainly is more than that, Rich. The TPC Scottsdale is a great venue for a PGA Tour event. It's a blend of everything: birdie opportunities, holes that are fraught by water, bunkering that's been changed. All in all, it's a great atmosphere with nearly 500,000 people that visit this during the tournament week.
And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. So getting set for a greenside bunker shot. Frank, when I think of the great bunker players in the history of the sport, I think about Gary Player, Seve Ballesteros, whom you knew so well. What did they do that made them so effective on these greenside bunker shots?
They had an attitude for a start that was different. For them, it was, they saw possibilities. And they would imagine the amount of sand. Remember, because this is the only shot in golf where you don't have to hit the ball first. So they would really choose the amount of sand behind the ball, whether that was an inch or two. Aim the club at that and made sure they followed through.
Sit down. Get down.
Oh, this is going. That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
Just in the first cut of rough, not a bad lie. The only issue is he might get a jumper here. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Never quite had enough oomph on that.
Yeah, sort of a wishy-washy stroke.
So they'll tap in. So 2 over par for the round. Now here at the par 4 8th, slight dogleg to the left, Frank.
And this dogleg's made more severe now by the addition of 2 bunkers. This was a bunkerless hole off the tee in years gone by, but those 2 bunkers certainly make this a sharper dogleg. And because it forces the player to go down the right side, adds length to the already long 475 yards. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. No fairway here. This one in that rough. Frank, this ball's in the rough. Anything you change in your technique when a ball's sitting down a little bit?
Yeah, you put the ball back a little bit further in your stance because you're going to get a bit of grass between the ball and the club face. So you have to allow for that. And keep that club moving. That grass is going to be that grass is going to create a certain amount of resistance. This is way left going left.
And that one's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Frank, this is where the mental game really comes into play. You've hit a second consecutive shot into the rough.
This could compound very, very quickly. So now's a chance to just take a little breath, take a breather, and try to make sure this shot certainly gets out.
Solid play, heart of the green. Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. Come on, you have to make that, don't you? Drop shot here at the 8th. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
It went from bad to worse, and right now, horrible.
What do they say, Frank? Golf spelled backwards is
Flog.
flog. Finishing out the front side now at the 9th. And Frank, what do you think of this par 4?
Nice way to finish the front 9, Rich. Very thin green, protected by that little splash bunker in the front. Iron players get a real advantage here. One bunker down the right side to be aware of off the tee, though. I doubt anybody could carry that.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Second shot, good look at the green. Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Strong approach shot here at the 9th, and a good opportunity to finish this side with a birdie. These putts keep the round together. Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
Now a 7-footer. Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Hello again, and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports at one of the great venues in all of golf, TPC Scottsdale. Upwards of 500,000 fans expected throughout the week here. A lot of buzz being generated, and now plenty of fireworks as well on this back 9.
There is, Rich. This is a Super Bowl type atmosphere, and the 10th hole, what a wonderful way to start this back 9. A dogleg right that's been radically changed in 2014. Numerous bunkers added. This is a very strict dogleg right par 4, and by that I mean you're going to have to hit it down the left to have an open shot at this green.
Not in the fairway, but not too bad, just in that first cut. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Early part of this second 9 with a good approach shot. And now, pretty good chance for birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Can't make it, Frank, if you don't hit it.
Hubert Green once said, 99% of putts left short don't go in. I don't know what happened to the other 1%, but...
So just a formality here. Saves par, stays at 3 over. Moving on to the 11th hole, Frank, water all along the left side, 472 yards. How do you handle this one?
Well, this one's weird because the tees are a little off-center. They start down the right side, which makes it into a dogleg. And you mentioned the water. It always comes into play. And there are 0 fairway bunkers. You don't need them here at 11 because really it's all about the tee shot. Find the fairway, then even though it's a long par 4, you should be able to at least attack that green safely. Miss the fairway to the right, which is the barrel outside, and your problems are just starting.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Ball positioned very nicely in the fairway, 155 yards out.
Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. Never a pleasant moment, the drop after you've gone into the water, but here we are. After hitting it in the drink, this is the 4th shot.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine. The scorecard is quickly adding up.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. The rough, what does the...
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Well, a missed opportunity, no doubt. And getting ready for the putt. Six over for the day. Well, that'll do it for today. Not a great performance, not on the first page of that leaderboard.
Yeah, the people on the top of this leaderboard are there for a reason. They hit more fairways, more greens. It sounds easy, and I know this is a difficult course, but that's the way it's going to have to be played.
EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. Set in the Sonoran Desert and surrounded by the majestic McDowell Mountains, we're at the stadium course at TPC Scottsdale in Arizona. Hello again and welcome. Rich Slaughter alongside Frank Nobilo, set to bring you all the action for today's event. Frank, when you think about the TPC Scottsdale, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
The golf course has been radically changed in 2014, but it still hasn't lost its luster. Really, it's just been updated like the game itself for these young, strong players of the modern era. Oh, that's fine.
These winds have held up all day long, definitely playing a part in the shot making we're seeing out there today. Looking at 125 yards.
safely on deck.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. A good 29-foot putt here. That's good work right there. Just a tap in. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Wow, I thought that was in. So they'll tap in. Frank, it has been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey. Teed up here at the par 4 second. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
This hole has been lengthened in 2014, some 30-plus yards. Bunkering down the right has also changed, making this drive a little bit more important now. You can't just blaze away over the hill. Green also changed with the addition of 2 bunkers on the left side.
Good tee shot, right in the fairway, and plenty long. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, one of the great moments in tournament history here in Scottsdale, you go back to 1996, the sudden death playoff between Phil Mickelson and Justin Leonard. Mickelson has always been the hero out here because he went to Arizona State.
Yeah, and it still runs through his veins, Rich. There was such an important win for him because to do it in front of people that he considered his home crowd was huge. And then also to do it in a playoff where, obviously it's win or lose. So for Mickelson, 1996 and TPC Scottsdale certainly ring home.
This is a good-looking shot. That would be a great look at birdie. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Frank, we haven't seen a whole lot of that, but no doubt it feels good. Now on to the third, first par 5 on the course here at TPC Scottsdale.
Yeah, the length of the hole hasn't really changed. It used to be 2 fairway bunkers down the left. Now there's only 1. Still a hazard that runs down the right side. A strategic hole if you can't make this par 5 and 2. And a brand new green that has been completely changed. What a great shot.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Just a great pass at the golf ball, 310 yards and in the fairway. There are a number of really good and important grow the game initiatives out there. One of those is the First Tee program, and that allows youngsters who otherwise might not have an opportunity, the chance to put a golf club in their hands, allows them the chance to pick up this game and learn some of the core values that come along with it. It's about much more than making a score. It's about integrity. It is about responsibility, values like that. And this game is so good in instilling those kind of characteristics in young people.
This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, off, off. Rough.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Frank, so crucial, isn't it, to just choose the right bat, club selection?
Yeah, when you're playing well and you're swinging well, you're going to hit more good shots than normal. But to top that off, if you can choose more good clubs than you normally would, then you will play better. I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. They'll take it. That's a par. Frank, what kind of shot is required here at the par 3 fourth?
A little drop shot par 3 down the hill in today's standards because it's under 200 yards. Series of 3 tee boxes, so plenty to choose from there. The entry into the green is well protected now by the 2 bunkers, one in the center and one on the right front of this green.
Frank, this one is right and is wrong. Into the tall cabbage, that ball is swallowed up.
Second shot.
Frank, not close, but from that line, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich. Really. This is an awkward length.
That's costly right there.
Painful. Even par currently.
Opportunity missed right there. Just a couple of feet. Frank, you know full well, this can be a humbling game.
And an embarrassing game. Well, early exit for one of what I thought Rich was going to be the favourite, but their week's over.
Numbers don't lie in this case, in this sport, and now a missed cut. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
This, the second shot here at the par 4. Headed for the bunker, I think. Somehow that managed to miss the bunker, Frank.
Yeah, that looked like it was sand for sure.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. And with that birdie, into the top 25 on the leaderboard. Back to the action here at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Second hole, it is a pretty demanding par 3, Frank.
Goal really is to just carry that front bunker or sneak it a little right of that and try and cheat it around.
So on the putting surface and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. This is a cross-country special. Almost fell, just a few inches from dropping.
Sometimes the game just isn't fair.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. One under early in the round. Now with the par 4 third, Frank, this is a great golf hole.
It certainly is. Remember, the brain doesn't register don'ts. So aim right, there's a bunker down there. Keep focusing on where you want it to go, not in the other direction.
Excellent looking shot here. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, Tiger won here 4 times in a row from 2000 to 2003, and in all, he's won it 8 times. Why is his game so well suited to Bay Hill?
Bay Hill just suits somebody that can fly the ball through the air and land it soft, because these greens get very, very firm. And obviously they get slick, so you've got to be a great fast green putter. If you're long, that certainly helps. That sounds like the MO of a certain Tiger Woods. Should be safely on deck.
Safely aboard. Good chunk of real estate here, 22 feet away. Oh, that hurts. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
This would give her the par. That one got away. And getting ready for the putt. So with that, the score is now at even par. For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in now on our featured golfer here at the 4th. Early in the round, still holding steady, even par on the day.
Yeah, it's got that feel it could go either way here. Next few holes will probably tell us which way.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. This is all feel with a lob wedge. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, tricky little third shot here at the par 5 fourth.
Especially if you don't have a full number, because there's just that little mound in the middle of the green. If you get on the wrong side of that, instantly you can be 30, 40 feet away. So check where the flag is. Is it front? Is it back? And then try and land it in that section.
1992, Captain Cool, Fred Couples won by 9 shots over Gene Sowers. And with that win, Frank, Freddie became the #1 ranked player in the world.
Yeah, those are the days for Freddie. It was just like sticking a key in the car. Give it a little turn, and he was off and running.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Birdie sends her to 1 under on the leaderboard. Now to the 5th hole. And off the tee, Frank, how do these fairway bunkers sort of factor into your mindset as you prepare to tee off?
Well, if you watch the pros play on the Arnold Palmer Invitational, you see 2 different strategies here. Just an iron off the tee, give yourself a full shot in, or, well, if you're a longer hitter, take it over that bunker on the left. Nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Second shot. Good look at the green. This is a good-looking shot. That will be a great look at birdie. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. Frank, always nice to test yourself at one of the game's great venues, the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. What a day.
Yeah, and you know you've played a golf course where the PGA Tour has visited for so many years. So you, like the best players in the world, great opportunity to test your skills.
For Frank Nobilo and all of us here at EA Sports, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long until next time. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Its second-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Need a good clean strike here from 180 yards away. Second shot. Frank, I think that's going in the bunker.
Looks like it.
In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The two greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a green side bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sandwich. Amazing. Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens. Settles in over the putt. Frank, nothing really went the player's way this week.
Yeah, if this was motor racing, you'd say it's a case of having 4 flat tires.
Now to the par 4 11th, just a shade under 440 yards. Where are the difficulties here, Frank?
The water down the left, but the hole keeps going that way, almost in a semi-horseshoe fashion. 2 bunkers down the right, they always catch the stray tee shot, but once again, you don't have to hit driver here. You've got to get that ball in play.
Frank, the second shot here at number 11, another good-looking shot, not unlike the third hole with water along the left. What's the right way to play this?
Obviously, you'd like to walk off 11 with 3, but 4 here never really hurts the scorecard. This is one hole you sort of play with an orange light feeling. A little right of the flag, that's absolutely fine.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Frank, I think what sets golf apart from other sports is that the fan can get so close to the great athlete as the round is being played.
Yeah, well, that's why the sport itself, and we consider it more intimate for that reason. Most golf spectators play the game. Whereas other sports, you don't see NFL players sitting in the grandstand. You see spectators, but most golf fans are golfers.
Good, solid par right there. Frank, 574-yard par 5. Scoring opportunity here?
The breeze behind, once again, a reachable par 5. The hardest thing about this hole really is the green. It's raised up a little bit, slopes off on either side. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. So after the layup, Frank, here at the par 5 12th, hit shot here, try to make birdie.
Yeah, just use the contours of this green. You can actually get to this flag a lot of different ways. Using one of the mounds, there's nothing wrong with that.
Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in. Comfortably knocks it in.
Frank, this is an interesting hole. It's the par 4 13th, and it isn't necessarily a driver off the tee. What are the options?
Yeah, you break it down. 250 off the tee, leaves 120. There's nothing wrong with playing the hole that way. You get a little over-ambitious here and run out of fairway. That second shot over water. Whoa.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. 80 yards to the flagstick, Frank. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. She's played some solid golf today. See if she can keep it going with another birdie. Well, at last, a birdie. So that is the end of the second round. I can't wait to get back at it tomorrow, Frank.
We got a great leaderboard right now, Rich. So many players in contention. Golf course, there's enough blend of good and hard holes. Really, it's up for grabs.